Something important has just changed at Liverpool. Not a new signing, not a massive transfer rumor, not even a tactical announcement. Instead, the club has quietly made one of its biggest statements about the future. Dominik Szoboszlai has signed a new long-term contract, and honestly, I don't think this is just about keeping a very good midfielder. I think Liverpool are telling the football world exactly who they believe will lead this next generation, because over the last season, something changed. He stopped looking like an exciting talent and started looking like one of the first names on the team sheet. So the real question is, has Szoboszlai already become one of the most important players at Liverpool? Officially, Liverpool have confirmed that Dominik Szoboszlai has signed a new long-term contract ahead of the 2026-27 season. The Hungarian midfielder has committed his future to the club after 3 impressive years at Anfield. The timing isn't random. A new head coach has arrived, a new era is beginning, and before a competitive ball has even been kicked, Liverpool have already secured one of the players they believe can build that future. That's why supporters have been talking about this announcement. It's much more than paperwork. It's a statement of trust. When Liverpool signed him from RB Leipzig back in 2023, everyone knew they were getting a gifted footballer. Power, technique, creativity, leadership. The talent was never the question. The challenge was turning all of those qualities into consistent influence in the Premier League. That takes time, and over the last 3 seasons, we've watched that process happen. Instead of trying to produce one spectacular moment every game, he started making better decisions. He learned when to speed attacks up, when to slow them down, when to press, when to conserve energy. That's what separates exciting players from complete midfielders. Last season might have been the clearest example yet. Officially, he produced his best numbers in a Liverpool shirt, scoring 13 goals and providing 12 assists in 53 appearances across all competitions. Supporters also voted him the club's standard chartered player of the season. But here's the interesting part. Those numbers only tell part of the story. Watch Liverpool for 90 minutes and you'll notice something else. He's everywhere, dropping deep to help build attacks, pressing defenders, covering teammates, driving forward with the ball, creating overloads, then somehow arriving inside the penalty area at exactly the right moment. Modern football demands midfielders who can do almost everything, and that's becoming his biggest strength. Officially, after signing the contract, he said he still believes there is always more to come, and that winning everything, including the Champions League, remains his ambition. He also spoke about wanting to lead by example inside the squad. Those aren't the words of someone who's comfortable. They're the words of someone who wants responsibility, and Liverpool clearly noticed. Now let's talk about why this matters beyond one player. This contract changes how we should view Liverpool's project. Under Andoni Iraola, intensity is expected to become even more important. His teams work relentlessly, they press aggressively, they attack quickly after winning possession. Every player has to contribute without the ball. That's exactly the type of football this midfielder is built for. He's one of the hardest working players in the squad. He covers enormous distances every match. He presses with purpose instead of simply chasing the ball. That makes him incredibly valuable. There's another reason this contract matters. It gives Liverpool stability. Every successful team has players around whom everything else is built. Not necessarily the biggest stars, but the players' managers trust every single week. This deal suggests the club now sees him as one of those players, and that affects recruitment too. Instead of searching for another player to perform his role, Liverpool can now build around him. That allows sporting director Richard Hughes and the recruitment team to focus on strengthening other positions. There's also the leadership side. At only 25, he's entering what should be the best years of his career. He's already captain of Hungary. He's become increasingly vocal on the pitch. He sets the tempo with both his football and his work rate. Leadership isn't always about shouting. Sometimes it's about setting standards, and he does that consistently. As a Liverpool supporter, I absolutely love this decision, not because every contract extension is automatically good, but because this one feels deserved. When things became difficult last season, he never disappeared. He kept running, he kept demanding the ball, he kept trying to change games. That's the mentality supporters respect. In my opinion, Liverpool aren't simply rewarding performances. They're investing in someone who can become one of the faces of this team for years to come. And honestly, I think that's the right call. There were moments earlier in his Liverpool career when some supporters questioned whether he was doing enough. I think he's answered those doubts, not with interviews, not with social media, but with performances. Of course, every long-term contract comes with pressure. The expectations immediately become higher. Now supporters won't just expect good performances. They'll expect leadership, consistency, big moments, week after week. There's also the tactical question. A new coach usually brings different ideas. Even players who were guaranteed starters before have to prove themselves again. Nothing is automatic, and that's healthy. Some fans may also argue that Liverpool should avoid making any player untouchable. That's a fair opinion. Competition improves squads. No one should feel guaranteed a place. But based on everything we've seen over the last season, it would be very surprising if he wasn't central to Iraola's plans. So what have we really learned from this announcement? Officially, Liverpool have extended the contract of one of their best players, but symbolically, they've done much more than that. They've identified someone they believe can help lead the club into its next chapter. He's no longer simply the talented signing from RB Leipzig. He's become a complete Premier League midfielder, a leader, a consistent performer, and one of the foundations Liverpool can build around. Will he become a future captain? Time will tell. But one thing feels increasingly clear. If Liverpool are going to compete for the biggest trophies again, Dominik Szoboszlai looks set to play a huge part in that journey. Now, I'd love to hear your opinion. Do you think Szoboszlai has already become one of Liverpool's 3 most important players? Or do you think he still has another level to reach before earning that status? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to subscribe to Liverpool Passion for daily Liverpool news, tactical analysis, and honest fan opinion. And as always, you'll never walk alone.